Hello? 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 Alright then. Well... we will be doing Hello, Pineapple, there you are. Alright, we will be doing... How's everything on your end, Pineapple? How's everything on your end? How's everything on your end? Then let's go and see Spaceship.
Oh, are you interested in what happened?
Your voice is only going through my left earphone. That's weird. Let's see what that. Hello? Is this better? That might be on you. I don't know if it's on me. I don't know if that's on me. Okay, let me see that. Hello? Alright, that's good. Alright then. So, must include Jingliu. Ice, wind, and fire. Okay. If it's ice, wind, and fire, then we are gonna go. Then we're gonna do this. Does Cyber have this stuff? Yeah. This one has stuff. Okay then, whatever. Alright. Alright. Okay, Bronya. The Geiger ones. Alright.
What is it? Oh.
I appreciate the help of the Astral Express.
Alright. I like this comp. I mean, we could bring Don Hung. We could bring Don Hung, but I like bringing in Bronya. I like bringing in Bronya. I do like bringing in Bronya, so let's do that. Alright. I like this comp.
After all this time
All right,
away
Amelie,
from
let's hear this.
Lafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jingliu would send you to accompany me.
Oh, Amelie and Kagi.
It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh? I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Don Hung.
Greetings. I need to speak to the general about...
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility.
That won't be necessary.
Don Hung POV. Nice.
The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today.
I can't say that I know her, but she...
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jingliu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou Lafu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the General's master.
Oh, damn.
According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazin, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jingliu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in
Why
sight.
so serious?
She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jingliu during her last day on the Luofu.
Imbibitor Lunae, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Dan Heng.
Oh, Amelie's doing a great job. I'm gonna go talk to myself.
When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world. But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
Do we know each other?
The answer to that is both yes and no. However, your cold and indifferent tone is identical to the person I knew back then. If my guess is correct, the preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth and turned you into what you are now.
So, you also wish to...
I have no intention of meddling in. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender. I did, however, have one request before the trial. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So,
That's right.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived at Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Luofu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer.
Hey, Flip.
It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer. You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the Seven Arbiter General. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Skip.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Juming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the general. The five of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jingliu.
We can head out now.
Have you mistaken yourself?
Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer. Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
Is this like Burden of Sisyphus?
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
Burden of Sisyphus, are we talking about? Weight of a mountain?
The young are the
Atlas?
antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
This is Amelie's best performance, definitely.
If it's star skips by Hung.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a...
Imbibitor Lunae.
You mean the fox?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance. As for procuring a star skiff,
I see. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry.
I didn't see Jingliu in action. Alright, yeah, that's a little laggy.
Stand down. Ha! Blade of Moonlight.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Pretty well.
Nap time.
Try harder.
There it is for the divine.
Tedious.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
That's better. Save it for your own skin. Stand down. Blade of Moonlight.
This battle is unavoidable.
I'm on guard.
We shall take back what we lost.
We've arrived. I'll just enter the command and... I remember...
You like to...
Hey!
That's right.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and danger. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Very few starskiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events. Inauspicious ones, at least. Every ill omen that came out of her
is
mouth
she,
would sure enough come true.
Cassandra?
However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all.
Ha! That'll do it. The starskiff assembly line has been activated. The starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
thing if I don't want to use my mouse. I can't run.
See? The star skiff is complete.
After being away,
So, what?
in the end, I do not think the
This is fine.
Imbibiter Lunae. Do you still remember the
I can't.
Let me refresh. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses,
all about
allowing the
some war.
Xianzhou soldiers to break through
Leo
Shuhu's
is also about
sanguinary
it's all
abyss
wars.
and awaken you from your
Where's
dragon's
fucking
delirium.
Taoism?
She was not able to walk out of that fight for the Cloud Knights. Giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. You couldn't accept that Bai Heng was gone. Instead of... There is no need to respond, Imbibiter Lunae. Your answer... Bai Heng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will... Let's go. The art... Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even...
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforced.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your
Shot
own life
foxes
and
could
waiting
see
for
into
the
the
Cloud
future?
Knights to arrive?
That's very interesting.
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when
Wait,
danger
that
was
character
at
was
the
a
door?
fox? Was a Foxian?
From what I heard, it was a group of outworlders that came to the rescue.
I mean, the main thing
The
about
Luofu's delves
Kitsune-
are big
about-
places.
about shiny
Besides,
Kitsune is
some of the
Daji.
troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign.
And
The Cloud
most
Knights were
Daji
spread
character
thin.
is Tingyu,
It was impossible to
because
guard
she's not-
everywhere at once.
She embeds herself and then strips
Young
it
man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work.
You go on ahead this time.
Why did you send him away?
I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like
Like you never forgot. Later tonight, all will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Lands at the ready.
Nowhere to run.
Come on already. What took you so long?
Don't get anxious, Imbibiter Lune. We have all the time in the world.
Oh my god, Amelie's just killing it. Amelie's honestly, honestly, let's give some voice acting advice. Because I feel like it. So that's, honestly, there's a lot more just to the acting, than to, is there acting?
Can't be. Don't think about running.
The moon shines on the truth.
The thing about the acting I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just, she's very, I mean, it sounds like she lost her head.
The spear still recognizes you as
like,
its
she's
master.
both very clearly
Imbibiter Lune.
like lost it, but at the same
Do you
time, in a
know
way,
who
acting like she
crafted it
is
for
very
you?
clean about what
It's
she's
been
saying.
with me
'cause
ever since
so
my exile.
In a way, the way in which
I
Insanity speaks.
Don't remember when I started wielding
From
it.
the voice of Insanity is when there's most true, which goes back to the Cassandra thing, or maybe the Foxian thing. I mean, the Chinese foxes. Is that the deepest truth comes from the most insane? I think that's what I would say.
Blade of
Honestly, that's what the acting is giving me right now.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
all will be revealed. In lunar flame.
She is really cool. I don't know if it's enough to actually. I mean,
Lance
she's
at the ready.
Definitely the best ice character. You're wrong, man.
Nap time.
Immortality means forever.
Nowhere to run.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
It's time.
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing
I
to
don't
do
hear that.
with
I hear
his
the rest a
sins.
little bit, but I don't hear too much
And
of it.
you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything, but you
I
cannot
wasn't
run
certain-
from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is combat. Is
this is
those
the-
are the
I
words
prefer
of the
her,
one
like-
who made
like,
Cloud Piercer for you.
Honestly, maybe her and
Do you
My Dress Up
remember?
Darling was nice. I watched the first episode.
Out of all of
but I
us,
just feel like
you
that, I
were
mean,
the
that's her
closest
playing
to him.
herself, but
It was
it's
strange,
also-
really.
I did
To see
prefer the
someone
even higher
so
pitched voice of the
arrogant
Japanese.
get
I generally
along
just
with
watch the English, but I
someone
was
so
watching that
proud.
in Japanese. So obviously, the whole point of this, I mean, the whole deal of Dan Heng is a very interesting thing about
This
can
spear
one
is
atone
sharp
for their
enough to
crimes?
pierce dragon scales.
Can they atone
Be
for their
careful,
crimes
High
if they are
Elder,
not?
lest you hurt yourself with it.
What is the meaning of
You still, when he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him when I first met him. He wasn't even as tall as my sword, but he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission. But at first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature.
She was.
But when
I'm
we
not
met
saying she
again,
wasn't. She
he
was nice and
able to
Dress Up
craft
Darling.
weapons
Just
that
she's
astonished
great.
the master craftsman.
And I
He
usually
even
just watch
snatched
English,
the
but
Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master.
The Japanese VA was perfect, and I generally
Unfortunately,
don't
the
go to that,
Alliance
but her-
would
she
never
was
allow
Maureen
a
Japanese
short-life
VA.
species to
She's
run the
still good.
Artisanship Commission.
I just.
He was only able
At
to
least in the
prove
first
his
episode, I have to
worth
see more of
alongside
it,
us
but-
outcasts in the
But
end.
there's the way in which she would just fangirl, the Japanese VA would fangirl. I generally will not be able to make those connections because I'll just watch the English first. But because I watched it in Japanese, like the way the Japanese VA fangirl was amazing, like more than Amelie did.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up.
So, are we here to...
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short life species for long. If he is...
Yingxing is...
Yay! Nicholas
He's still
Leung
alive.
said it correctly. Because
Of
he's
course
turning
he's
16,
still
yeah.
alive. But he might be better off dead.
Oh, damn.
Some
is
people
Yingxing,
are
is
born with
Yingxing Blade.
unparalleled foresight
Yingxing is
and
Blade.
exceptional intelligence, but make the
Oh,
most
he's Blade.
ill-advised choices at destiny's
Yingxing Blade.
crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the above. His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him
Karma!
die
Yeah, that's Blade.
100
It's Blade.
deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn, and even gave him We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
Turned from Mara, so she was possessed.
I
That's why she's
apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lord and the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond...
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingliu.
Blade!
The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
The former most sexy man. I can say sexy. Former most sexy man in all of the... Now it's eventually. No one is the most sexy. Finally.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
And main follow-up is about a white-haired ice lady. But a very, very different one. Shunhe and Jingliu are very different characters.
Dunhung? What a surprise! Are you not feeling...
Miss Bailu.
Oh, I see.
My eyes are fine.
Who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me... your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Your friend here, her pulse is extremely...
She...
Let the... your friend's situation is...
She's a criminal. That's up to the Cloud now.
Oh, talk about not judging a book by its cover. She looks... I'll do my best. Come with me. I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled... Dunhung, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble,
No.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
I can smell the herbs. It's around... Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away! There isn't even...
Allow me to... Soon to be departed.
So this is why your hands are so cold!
Blade of Moon.
This cold isn't something normal flesh could withstand!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Naughty child. That's better.
Save it for your own skin.
There's always a weakness.
I'm on guard.
Time for a shot. Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Resistance is timely.
strength.
Nowhere to run.
Lance at the ready.
Naughty child.
Save it for your own skin.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
I'm on guard.
Time for a shot. That's better.
Stand down.
You'll pay for this. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight. Ready for death.
Need that.
Alright, let me make sure nothing's missing. Apologies again for the delay.
Very.
You're Mara struck? You don't seem to have any.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit, and yet I still have many unfulfilled wishes and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body.
That's helpful.
If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person?
Bandages?
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with...
He must have suffered some kind of sword wound.
Well then,
Here we go.
take this man away. This does...
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, how sad, that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing. hoping that everyone would be gathered here. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jingliu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own
Kinda
death,
sounds like Xiao.
all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye. A wineless gathering. Jingyuan.
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case.
Jingyuan, you haven't changed. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arc, no matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this...
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds, the immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death.
Here we go. Here we go.
We were here once, 700
Let's go.
years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days could flow indefinitely before us, like a Cienjo lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds the sky.
Was she a Foxian?
A familiar feeling, almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, Why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer, which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten?
I mean, there's still
Why?
themes of, again, the main
In the end, you unleashed the
how
final
time
piercing
is.
blow and left both
everything
me
I'm
and the
thinking of.
sword
Yet in
in
here,
the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away.
oh yes, all the pain went away when you died. That's when you find when you dies. But fundamentally, when people die, yeah, that is. But fundamentally, yeah, it's all about how things will never be the same. But this isn't really about religion as much. I mean, yeah, they followed abundance, they followed immortality, now it was gone. But it's less, but they still hold to a god, unlike in Liyue where they've given up their god. So
Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
The moon shines on the truth. Imbibitor Lunae.
Once this gathering ends,
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own. Just as we did back then, I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit.
neither of us can end the other's life.
Elio's script still requires you to... I don't mind prolonging my vengeance.
Dan Heng, the general... I understand. I have some close friends of mine. Goodbye for now.
It's interesting that none of this relates to...
She's gone.
It's interesting that none of this...
All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth.
Alright.
Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
Alright. That was... That was Clouds Leave No Trace.
Dan Heng! Bronya just sent all of us a message.
Yes.
Then why didn't you I'm the one who should be
It's great that Belobog is able to host a celebration.
Okay. He won't budge, huh? Pity. I know. If only he maybe at his age, he might not appreciate the extra... Why don't we go ask... You've been on the...
Alright. Well, that was, Clouds Leave No Trace. I think I might change the thumbnail. But that was nice. I think there's something there to talk about with, I think there's something there to talk about. I think overall with Dan Heng, it's all about, again, the ultimate thing of the philosophical question, can the person... Is the person... It's the ship of Theseus. Is the person the same person that they were before? Obviously, when you have things that deal with reincarnation, that's the question. Okay, let's get this achievement. Eager for that. Okay. Do we get another? Here we go. Bent but unbroken, included class interest. So, see how much we got now. Cool. So, I'd say, yeah, that was nice. Again, Liwa is just way better. Liwa is just way better. I mean, there's a lot that's happening. There's a lot more like Yaoshu. Like, we like that Yaoshu is fun. But there's a lot of fun to say. So...
Nice!
We could do Bailu's mission, but I think that's enough for now. I think we know that this works and functions. That was the main thing. So... yeah. I think this was a nice stream. I will be back hopefully Wednesday night. I'll be back hopefully Wednesday night to hopefully 2.2 will be ready. That'll be the actual something that is substantive. All right.